First, let me start with Tausif Mukaddam, if I may. Tausif, at the moment, you guys are very much the villains of the piece in the popular narrative, because for most people, it's boiling down to a simple thing. Almost everybody here on this panel is accepting that the merger is a mess. Now, the merger can't be reversed. There are serious questions of career progression. There are serious questions of integration that you have raised. I think both Manish, Rudy and the aviation minister are saying these are legitimate. But was striking the right way to assert your protest? What are you striking for? Because in public perception, it looks like you're striking to object to erstwhile Indian airline pilots coming onto the new Dreamliners. Tausif.
Barkha, I'll take your question in two parts. As far as the strike is concerned, passengers are our highest priority. I may get ridiculed for saying it, but that's a fact.
No,
this is borne out.
Let him just speak. Let him just have his say.
Politics.
Okay, Rudy,
Mr. Rudy, I did not interrupt you. I would like not to be interrupted.
Rudy,
you got a chance, please let me speak.
Okay, Rudy, let's be fair to them. You've been very strong about them.
I'm sorry.
Let's hear it.
Yes, and this is not politics. I'm just making a statement.
Okay, go ahead. Tausif.
Okay, the passengers are the highest priority. Now, this is borne out by the fact that we've been working for the last 6 months, over a period of 2 years with delayed salary. The delay is nearly 6 months, yet we continue to work only because of the passengers. And plus, we appreciate the difficulty that the company is in. Now, these two reasons are the only reasons why we've continued to work without salaries. Now, as far as the passenger inconvenience is concerned, we sincerely regret the inconvenience that has been caused to them. But the question is, can the management use passenger inconvenience as a veil to thereafter hide behind it and impose decisions which are leading to this discontent?
So can I understand what you're saying? You're saying you're sorry that the passengers are inconvenienced, but the management is unresponsive to problems that have been festering, that you've flown without being paid, and people don't appreciate that. So this is the other side of the story.
Absolutely. And as far as, agitation is concerned, Barkha, you must understand that it's not fun being on strike. While I sit here talking to you, I have been terminated, 70 other of my colleagues have been terminated. Can you even imagine the stress that we're going through right now? All of us are young employees of Air India. We've got loans to pay, we've got mouths to feed at home. Then why this agitation? When we were in a serious situation where salaries were not coming, yet we continue to work. Why this agitation now? There has to be a serious reason. Unfortunately, over the last 1 week, rather than seriously address these issues or even listen to them, everybody has been trivializing the issues. And we'll get into that as the discussion proceeds.
Okay.
But it's really unfortunate the course of the discussion thus far. And hopefully today we'll get a chance to clarify a lot of those things.
So what I'm hearing from you is that this is about structural issues. It isn't just about the Dreamliner. It isn't, right?
Absolutely not. Dreamliner issues are digression. And as I said, the narrative has been completely on a tangent to what the real core issues are.
Okay, let's look at some of those rare issues, hopefully in the course of this evening. Captain Kapai, you have been a commander with Jet Airways. You also are the father to a son who's on strike. Does it worry you, a young son on strike at a time when the airline, as you heard the aviation minister say, this airline could actually fold up over this? And I'm sorry to make a sensationalist or what may seem like a sensationalist remark, but I actually think, listening to the aviation minister, listening to the politicians today, they're in no mood to compromise. Rightly or wrongly, they're in no mood to compromise.
Yeah, Barkha, it does worry me. But can a country like ours, where we should now be thinking of generating more employment, can we now start going reverse and start sacking people and start closing airlines? That's the first point. I also heard over here that national carriers are no longer required. If you go back, Singapore has a Singapore airline, which I think is one of the best airlines. The New Zealand has the Air New Zealand, which is a very fine airline. The Australia has the Qantas, which is run by the government, a very fine airline. To make a statement that it's not required, I think is not correct. We should be very proud that we have an airline which is by the name of the country called Air India. What
would you briefly, before I take this back to the politicians, want the government or the political class to do at this moment?
They must set the management right.